the show, that is OBT, this morning. And we are starting with the Daily Graphic this morning. Now, the Daily Graphic this morning has a big story on the front page, which says that, no sirens without approval. No sirens without approval. Cabinet direct MPs. Public. Restrict police escorts. That is the big story on the front page. Again, Ghana secures deal to reform small-scale mining. And Christ the King School marks 70 years of Catholic education. Catholic schools into Catholic education. That boy will be. We all went to Catholic school, so congratulations to them. And Assemblies of God Pentecostal Council commiserate with that bomb. Yana Yera or Krechi. It's an Assemblies of God and the Pentecostal Council Yako. And then finally, mid-year economic review must focus on revenue mobilization. Economists, I think very soon, mid-year economic review, Now, what they are saying is that the focus should be on revenue mobilization.
Kwesi, no sirens without approval. And just a siren ya jitum say mwana. Any Crawford or Mwajim.
Maybe do how much?
Crawford or Mwajim pa. A drew baby, I nuisance. Especially when traffic in Nachiama. Me de ye free KM, a sanico a golden tulip and adane a din for free abe cry and time committee. Lancaster. A quaya was anopa, and yet every day, but it toda almost a free fee. As in, Denyame, and in Shayasu towards a crum, and almost so a free crumano panel. I almost go towards in Shayasone, da buying the Kekahono. Kwesi traffic iti mechiama uyo onhwe nye na obi face wa wo delay mu correct lane mu no o te 4x4 mu e bo siren ti e wo se wo hwiri to wiram na onu nya kwan betwam na de ya na e ma na ye nuisance kese pa na ye say number plate no indicate say oye obi asin
so I said that MP we are it doesn't
matter. MP for no omuni enye na mra kan ya chase tika mu say omuni ho kwan so mo be jump ayisa
omuni ho kwan mo down the street
ento ye MP the traffic ne so me papa tia se de bia na o kan wo so o driver ni a wo drive carelessly and so say o 2 minute kan ten say o pe ba bia fa simuntam say wo bre ne ye no nwotwe a simu no nsia free fie na ntena fie a map bre ni nintia wo e na wa be stressing crofo e wo kwan so na so obi land cruiser hwehwe obi why ne de fa onu free a reach police station sane back towards KM e na we mo so ba e na also even wo wura mo so kita land cruiser ye bi kwesi so afi what gra ori an side mirror and wire hanging
the language says
onipa ne ye say o gina nto yes obi do na esi a hwe se boom
away
ye ne ka land cruiser hwehwe abo and then went to 3000 bi we try and ya be fix and as a mirror ne so no ye nto baako yes o to ni me nyina so nti de make am akosia no ne say siren sam no hayen wo man no mu ne president nam ne kotoko hene nam ne obi nam de no kra moto ke didi animu ya ono bai kwan mu ema onipa ne de ba
na police escort
what you say na de ono atrefia ye late ene krenkrofo han omo de omo kwa yi
oh yeah
why
and so on pesika you go and pay you sign
no wafa reflected just a shirt said there we police ni and so now
you go come you police fan kasa
and on the private motor I dey yes
so you seek permission from the command you write to the command no
and only wo ho so no the police di wanim na wo onye no bi o na to ya o hia na hu ne dress en hu say onfi barracks dey ya so hu esa ye nyina ye pentam sabi de woni hwe ye a wonko ba bia no ntu ka moment obi atu ka no no so ba bi ko enti wo pentam asimuntam na em distracting crofo ne ye sua driving ye kire ye se ye ma ne kwan police fuidi and ambulance ambulance ne kwa de ba na wo hwe wo mere onim na ye bia kira nche ba bi ntam na ye mfa nipa ni metwa me bia ye wesi 1 minute kura de be se nya asem papa so hu enti ye hwe ne nka ne ye na amanya mowo experiences a mo tu kwan akoso nyina no kwa nti de you ofe obi kro mo ba umfa bi ma ukro ma na Kwesi de meka si ano no
okay, so
ana media economic review ne so yes say focus on revenue mobilization yes spend sika pa nti wo se ye pe kwan a di pe sika nso Kwesi wunim sika pa wo di a obi akora nka na mum se wo ne pe ne ye wunya na wo hunu ne pe ne ye ne mo eba bia na wanu mo bie na de bedi a wo yes na wo ya ye kafo what the time na ka di wanim de emfa ho ne de wo kofasim ana de wonsa eda so wo be di abro nti de bia no deficit wo kada ho nti wo se ye pemeni ni pakura wo de sensusu ye ne bae no ya adwene se yanyiji enough sika ne bebre form hu di woni tuam na yenom na ye regular people a wo de ye pe wo ye be hu no yen ya na ye te tax na obi nye sika sen menu a menu ti hai so nipa no yanyu no ne watua tax ada na ba bi de etimi bi na atinim widen gap ne ma obia wo eni sika bi wo kwan bi so no wo kwan a so fa so tua bi ma wo man no ye ma ye ni mmere na ye nya ne sa na sika ne back office nim dodo a yetumi expend ni ye ama emfaso e de abaso.
Yeah, right. So I agree with you on that. Revenue mobilization, I would say in 90 million. The America same way.
Any pump sika to
me one of the things I've told you is we shall it's broadening the tax net, broadening the tax net. The date, our tax net, and maybe Jina. Ghana, we are almost about 32 million people, just about 40 million per annum into taxes. And look at the yeah. About we buy no so to cover 18%. It's no revenue mobilization. The ehubenya say be sadia no. It can be also a fast way budget tax because even the 2025 Auditor General report by HS and people bring down to it. People are evading it. If I wish the irregularities now, taxes evasion on quite be. And say Musa GI for a year revenue mobilization measures be moko su collapses from nightclubs be na de omuntua taxes na de nti no ye nipa na ete o man nim no ukọ elzo be bia ye fen omutua ye eto omutua taxes nti ye so we should volunteer to do so yes na o man be ye e na mpanyimfo no so ye gidi taxes na mammo no so e ba amu fan tumo no spededi and I've always made the point. Say, if I pay something, na who says it cannot be to an I'll be willing to pay more. But in the sense that when the people are paying, no more almost go a biase, almost crying and yet in Shia Basa. They won't have the encouragement to pay. Now paying for no more to take care of market say, or this kind of basa. It doesn't agawwa for anybody. It's a bad way. Yes, no, I to force a minister. In as much as I will ensure say there will be revenue mobilization, let there be judicious use of our taxes too as well. And also be and as I know so I think Speaker Babin was saying that who person you have to write a letter to the Interior Minister for approval. Not minister no I am but see idea. There is no apart from President, Chief of Staff, Speaker of Parliament, Yoras and thing and a few other people no. You don't have any rights to be used on this matter. Maybe we'll go to the next way. So we the Chronicle this morning. Now Chronicle say the big story is driver plot with goons to rob master. Police recover 300,000 Ghana cedis. Wow, that's amazing. Driver plot with goons to rob master. Police recover 300,000. And at the top right corner, no, disinflation era over, but economy still robust, says Dr. Siama. That is the Bank of Ghana boss. And a clear one conversation she's so passionate about. Can thank a conversation. Now the story here, Nano Page say final preparations peak for Apostle Kodjusafo State's scale funeral. It's, another pay, that is the information for you. Then on the down there, gold board to procure a gold traceability system next month. We a Sabi and the country. I will start from there. Say Sabi or Shebo on this matter. There, there are concerns that Galam saying to me because gold board for the gold woman and the donor every a yagalam say for Savage GMF has disputed that fact. Say there is no evidence to show. Say gold normal from small scale miners. If you get, I'm safe for. Not what can. I mean, the debate has been going on. Would you do more? That's fine. But later he came to say that the gold traceability be ba. It is a offer gold now, or gold now the bar. Answer number 2 gold. Traceability, gold in the free. Say a illegal miner they were able to identify. Say a small scale miner they will be able to identify. Nti no.
Ade go Kwesi. Asase aye tu free so ni anegu ho.
Oh, they be say
mo abanchi abeka se we ye. Nyina hini banchi we ye.
Pepe na dia den je be dam.
Enioma ho go ye.
But who small scale now. Traceability ni be chere.
Kwesi.
But you don't believe in technology here.
Kwesi.
But there's technology.
Technology ye will be say the drone be fight ye Kwesi say.
No, but traceability. It is a one. I mean, let's wait and see how it's going to go. But what can you? Let me say. Young Kamanembra. A banner to some person no can hear. No. Say no can say and try. No. At the end of the day, because and again I'm saying, and this was came and see. Sometimes you're not able to even differentiate. People have real licenses. Yeah, people have real licenses. And yet, omuya galamsey. Online of the oh yes, let's keep talking about it. And I've been trying to make calls to get more information on that. Also, actually, baby, indeed, actually, enclave.
Last caller, no.
Last caller.
Also, the microphone be more
so how do we fight galamsey when exactly? How do we fight it? But every no kase or no be a for 30 years.
Nipa no kra ma
on site order.
Me wa ni sika ko.
Ebe what to say pack galamsey. But on say pack how do you arrest pack as a pack galamsey? But ebe come no pack galamsey.
Ni sika ba.
Me see what dem obi ehun say baba ko see order. Ejo omo ye adwuma no. Omo na wo so mo boa yen. No me timi my evidence say na won tumi for the ye yankofo yi. You want to be a pre-bag on my evidence.
Question and one question now.
And I make you question now. Then they can give you evidence.
But a channel
they can arrest the people.
Ye dear who near to tie chenny de betcho, will become a quadruma. Of course, you're quite humanico. And Tisania concern will be dear free headquarters. But say be a dassy ye bada, my a dassy ye call. So I am that way a barrier. Yet, Yawahana, do ye be near a president in a piani anymore. So how we pay? Of course. But the moment I bet catcher or say obi betia or now so say that's say yes president is so about no why yesterday dan what are the kwa sorry kwa na be hye dia ba adwuma na emum so ba no fumu ba beto wa ha no abeto bia woni state ode ye na ade enti omo edi konkonsa no omo so kwa me enya me honga so omo da payroll so
now what is the benefit when that payroll so what is your interest in giving for information catch you the payroll so ebi na me catch you say omo exercise omo 9 before exercise omo recently to the extent that when I saw the document omo ko galamsey say bebrebe in the last 1 year omo timi ka say achi gold 200 grams simple 300 grams simple omo galamsey say tawa kwa gold da omo bi da na so omo ba mo so support no munyaye chalote intade eno munyaye these are quite unreasonable. With the galamsey they say be ko yet me for no you must also help and yes aban no ono ko an wonti mo ko galamsey no e ma catch them me say me call me mbo pronidi but hini enclave ni mo 10 mining communities from Sofo church elder odikro a teacher student omina galamsey the besiwo and I think there's a story about driver plots with Roberts Binia the aha assembly mayenka assembly boss ehia pa more a driver for more drive wrong treats them well what treats them well show me because this driver for all you know and I'm not justifying what the driver may have done then no debi but in Pempi no more drivers are more show me here the kita unkwan
asiesie
again the kita unkwan
aketua no the beba no the ban the middle of the month
exactly me I know a driver
the man the middle of the month
in the buff ya to the so
15 to 18 afena no ojianika
boss obe drive college no but the boss akose be bloku no
aden na aden Bible say odwuma ni aketua se no na wabo nipa ne pass wonya adwuma ma wo na wo de ono ma and o yere no wo kunu no mkoba ebedidi obetua wo ka 15th 18th na che say against another man na eba no
sika no on farmer won poje say o de man kan o nsem bi
na ebi free sika no obi okra do say 500 cedis no de wo ntua mo kan so kura
ni na mi ken
500 cedis anu wa chem me ma half na kire na me de aka e de aba be so wo ya sa o nipa ne be fa ho adwe mone
eno on ko fa ganja makoro be
say sika no bi wo ho na ho fa ntua ne kai enti apart from near obi ohwa ne ohwe ne yie se de ekura ni subanye eno na dodo na so hwe wo mo nkrofo yi onhwe dwumayefo ne driver ni yi woni driver ni na ma uyi yankopon aworo no na ne wo ewo ne nchen yi
hold your life
enti se wa ma aduane a wudi kura tobi manini
if omonye o
tobi manini
woni say
ye ko events nkrofo ji aduane ji bi mo drivers
you know one funny thing omko events in the programs that big hotels. Mama driver now kope baby da.
Ah, budget hotel bi na.
Dem obaka che kope baby da. No ma be 200 Ghana. Fa kope be. Ono da on kope baby da.
Obeda aka anim. Na na jo dem no se akromfa be car ne kwa no why ne dey.
Mun sha driver for you. Mo am drivers no.
Mun tutu omu yi.
Why? Mun tutu omu yi.
Na utu kwan ya wuyi nyankopon wa. Driver ni no na life one nsem.
Because we say driver back. I say anajo from Takwa omu driver from Takwa to Accra. Na papa ni ne mba nyina de da okay. Na so show mo from the railroad no more say enyam na so na pay bokale dam do mako shede you no come na
ko mo ono akra wu bi anya hwe so wadi wabro
can you imagine
wadi wabro
or the pain na na kasa or the yaw ayodi na
na asem kure
the best mo drivers
na for
treat them well
kwesi asisi wo bi mo afamu dodo woni pa na adwuma ma wa wutua ne ka na ye wo ya why e kan say obi wo se bosome so a boss bi wo wa otua aka na ye ne ya enti bosome so anka mu nyina mo nkwa adwene mo ka se boss ye diska na chew ya ye adwuma na chew eno so de wunya ne sa
na wo ye adwuma na diska da na
wo sorry a wo mo ira ko ma wo
what would you do you have to feed home you have to do things then about Ijebusia aha na dey eye newspaper ni be see na no pay ebia wo birthdays bi o ana
ai ama ne me ba ko ama se yemfa happy birthday mana na aba osam na aba osam wo asafo akire ye wo akunfi asafa na aba osam asafo akire ya wo akunfi asafa happy birthday to you efri na ma ntifo ho o se yemfa emma wo nyame nhira na onfa mfie ni bebre enka ho
right we for now pay there to all my Facebook fans no mamudi ma wo dan nyina na no pay mo nyina a happy birthday ya menko so amba mo ho ban no mbo mo mamba ye party ya mo invite mama ye party so le mo mpa say the next chapter of your life no enema be koyie e dia ma nta ha na dia the newspaper so no e be say you are ready how the Ghana to say Gabriel
abusuafo ye mamu nyina chema makwaba e de bagana te sembre so ene anopai yenya anko ramsia no se de medi kan ye de ani akire soame kronom afrancho e kwantempon eso na ye nyina ye nim efri soame runabout e kro interchange mampani da kufu ado efi ase anu ba bia e na memo ekogu ye na aban we ba ye de waye aka ho ene se akonanim anaso se baabi edu no omafo no kire se amekwan no so fire ahometie papa mfuturo ene amana a omde omoka ahwehwemu anya asem ketwa ene yetu anamon asoma ma yakutietie se de nsemtie na yenko empotamo ne yenkohwe efisuame ekọ ne kronom ne na francho se de ekwan ne tie
one your cars no my area for basa okay bi je mpa na o car no I just see me ma go how be you so na when you problem was you know so enter no say again nkasa say we to come there say 4 and 5 and because of close to what me akwa me room yenta yeah ama ekwane yet me mai
photo see there we have it and then place we can say yeah say that for the music I am why so I need the best this
oh, how they say be believe ba e kai kwa Franco pana say chuka bi ama ba ko ka bi ama this you are Franco so ko pano ai basa ti aga for the kuna mane ko point so pa ti be mu ai na pano enya di kaka mai wai sremo adu adu pasi e du pa nyaka so bi e twa no ko no abro ya kwa Franco ya ba bi sembe bo ana pana ye kama na
big be as commissioners the photos the higher part ana brother e kan na o pa Franco ya the brother ni ya
how they do how be prepare especially Nura which is Thursday traffic was so more than 4-5 hours time for camera yantia say kwanya the municipal Kwesi or district assembly or Kwesi from so and economy a municipal and district assembly kwanya also need to go and once we are there different point we don't know the reason why it's here among us what be fine engineer final choice say what the omonya ono amai say e be ya the betimi akanya say betimi aye
na amnan any munisem de bebre challenges are APC Kwesi pa ye go through the friend of Kwako plan the mre and now photos e did I happen the bia go through and I walk the appoint and it is say MC buy and why the bia na mai oba ye obefele oye ho aduma nanso no I was think bia ero ye madwen kire e bia nka wode quota kakra fa na ke shim wode anwana ne abo ne be hihima eni na anu ni nansa na ubeba na amana na sa ada e ba sa na amagosu na ye kese adawa for na nam science mo fa sa akonya no so bari o ele odi fi bari akra ni ko kele jo bitin kaso bagi tesi bitin kaso bagi wa dia service abi wa so fi kono e ko aye date anke di force and then see the tutu na kanye faisi and the nam sa amana amana ni tini go suru aye face sika anse so mo je o mo je tie sre MC say any MP say o mo chu mani mehwe this is o ba be fele kwa no so anke be so say ko mo fa puta ka transfer abo no na ko mo fa nhim say de be ya Ombe be wie na se ka wie kura esa anko ye se bezutu body abo be shim ne eni na nsa na na sa be da ni de so mo so bo wai no mo tu be mai I'm so who's I'm see who's na ni abom ka 5 minutes on say Ghana no yes you ordinary Ghanaians the ordinary Ghanaians ni yen teach do our for say yan go school it is a come your concern say responsible people and the carrier go come among his ordinary things so now say you're ordinary into your pass your ordinary the accident the ordinance about to tell you special Ghanaians in the mobile now ambulance when and then to this from her to 4 hours into the about time you trouble from myself for me come on, the ordinary Ghanaians. The for ordinary rules. Now that the ordinance, no could be possible ordinary. South Africa. It won't be says a ordinary Ghanaians there. Here, honorable Ghanaians MPs no move parliament or no. And a lawyer for a dear. Oh, my. Because the MPs says, I said, you see the Quebec one can find case. But no woman, as I be, if you're in the soup. Ya de banche baba ton no ya betu na ya ka je sin ya me na de ma ya me na eje yan kwa asam ya me ne he eji mi eku e te kwa de no ko ya me ma me e ya ni presam e ye hu do hra dan sam ye be je ti so ne akeka brofa che ya grammar when ya grammar sam practical job o me so that say we ya practical job o me ma no munya grammar no oye PhD no do pieces no we invest in se muni empe biati ya de ona Ghana so me ya for ya car so emfa bi ne so mi ntwa bi ni ye ntwi he ma
yeah, mamma, as a common people, no, yes, your mother is a good woman. It's a fine yet.
And this is what can on. Would I very club, pussy, a club by the traffic here? And what I say. I thought that a quantity Missia, ma, be a friend to me, emphasis. And ra, and then Nansan and a quantity, my bed on here in no behind me to come for a now, but when Nipa and Nam from Copran and Merawa, Nemofra, Mopajuma, Munam for ma, na Are Hopa, and a quantity there. The pastor must say a high empire. Ye Cassie can't want some intimate can be. The brepa or hapa sana, yet made a passage of one adru, the chroma more up by Yuma.
And run the whole day. You're looking for Kibitia and to kill me there 3 hours. So I do Jamana still I ever pass in your cheeks and no 2 and a half. Minus yes, can't come and ambulance. I think I sat down on for 30 minutes. Ambulance, when you're to find the years of my idea, moving the benefit. I'm quite finest. Jamal, so these are more fun than to see that. And a mama faka. Yes, who's out so am I saying to you that you have money? This one by a yamana and yamana did problem. I'm not all man of how big the man. Physical, I do my prefer to my expecting. And you cannot say it's bra and it's empha and you prefer to it. Say how to be the say a cousin. What the generic Yano Payan Matawa, Mukasia, Udiana, how did it be mine? Mumway is a quantity, a high by say a castle. The Mumway, if you do not cast and the traffic to meet which you may be answered. The Mumway, Pano, Muya mine. Grandy no person, a higher papa, a session of Gobes, a strength to meet a traffic because of Amanancy. It gets simple in force a quantity in Kumbuso Moya, but Munya Muha, Omumadian, Mushimaya. Now I'm running to cover. They say a map upon your bed, Kurano and Quantum. Passing a Sana Hassan, but the part of Papa, because of I'm running to carry to me one about the soul. Oh, my standard one. Yes, simple in force. It is so good to say, and so more than the Union, but I say, always piano, Mama, or Monia Bahonama, or Makata for my, it's my Aponia Bedino, I intend them for my boy. Now, so you mentioned some so at my boy. Well, say, be I calling him, who just step past the fine and calling him. And so, Kakakayan is your Bobano. If you buy a man, you kill the son of Adakota de Bakumagazia. Never the issue media, ready to have a name. Into me home money. And when I'm a big to me, I draw for you money. As animal, because who for instance, a matter of that. And I tell you, I say, spare parts to put him to a second media calling him. If you can't have to be a coffee, maybe I'll talk about say, what you can take a rat, not a bear would have a car. Do you chop my book with another book of fashion? You can be a double with young. My from my country. I find a strap and to me, I'm from Pachapachima. Sandra, Raya bread, we traffic for 4 hours. The whole day, we put 2. Even the corporate says 3 million. 3 million, not the point in America for 4.5. I think says my body says, strap and
I'm going to no crowd. Time that we are twice. So,
madam, so for quiet and said, you're more mutual. Can you just say, a busy while I remember home, Baba was going to come as he cannot say. Can be near one, I say, oh,
Jesrama a quality one PDM Selena or Mahakwa na ble. Mutitozo bi abolo smash. When I'm no abolo smash, I want to mean a move and put your bill and said it. Cabin to and Jesrana buying Adaroma, Yesro, Mahama, Wawunu.
Wakari makuma ku 6 ene wa fija kwa Abia district ase bisa san me aka ba ku bia tax do sign na municipality free so this is to ya yo aso hwe koto so do wa kwan yi so kanyi bie ni on mo na adu so ba be ya maye ba e bedura ba to wadi akma ba be fele ya to ba wie to obi ayi na obi anfo obi ahu mu bisa ga na mpanyi for sent mu dwene ya ho ana mu dwene mo yere ne mo ma ho Mujinti mamu forma na mujin mo rie to ba mo yesa no anu panyi bia no no ma ofa ga yetmamu ni bia hu biem enyesa monka yo enfie na yo ba musa be ba e kwa wei kwari makuma ku 6 na wa fita kwa Abia district bisa sa anwa ka ba ku ya muje tax do sei a support wo kaka kwa muntimi nyama yen support wo kaka o muntimi nyama yen ti de be pa na se mo nsi ye to be fa so abana ye to fa so be na wo so yen wa fija kwa Abia na ye to abana na Ghana mamu no yen ya ba ye so ye to abana fa so be pa na wo so se ye dwale se ye kosala ya to aba support wo kaka muntimi nyama na de be na mutima ya man
Abusuafo na kyerɛ sɛ de swami situation ne tie ɛna yɛtwa ɛho mfoni ɛde amamo ne nkɔyie kra nneɛma ɛnyɛ na wohwɛ sɛ de ne kwan ne tie na ene ya yɛsiesie na de yɛ ahomete kra ne sɛ yɛ de ano si so si yɛsiesie a ne akɔdwiri kota na egusu ne nyina firi so na nso so ate aka nsensimu ɛno bi na to efiri bɛkwai runabout ɛde ekosi santase runabout kwan no ene sa stretch no parks and gardens kwan no efa South Patase ho no akoye bibia wo ho a omo businesses wo ho shops ne omo nyuma wo ho nyina ne nyina agu esan se car mfa so na ekwan nada ne bosom na esikuru mfimfin a titi nipa na omanfo etesa eponimu nso mfutura eku omo nyasem ketwa the same situation ne swame ekosi afrancho ne kronom ekwa akoburu nko ne nkroto a wodo etoato aso ekofin so ano hayi no wo mo nso enamu yesrem panyimfo yesra ban se ewum se aban dada na de ne nsa kokan ya enru ba bia nanso aban ko na aban ba eye dwuma kro na ene yeto aso nti omo nhwe na omo nye bibi mfanfa ho manfo no na omo ewo so amene ne magazine ene mpotamo ho no ene hotena ye ya ede ama wo mo apart from futuro no traffic nso so a build ewo ponim no enya asem ketwa me ekon mabantam se omo ni kobra ntam kwan etu ewo sampotamo ho ye de besi ane asori ye de asede ma perfect charcoal and coconut toothpaste ye kai omanfo nyina ase obi ampe bia ya post ne papa fluoride free nti ahode ni nyina ewum omanfo na edidi dwuma papa ene ewu to bi etwi use no na udi bi ma womba na ne omanso nyina ekoyie ope bi etu aton a 0541 545 653 and 0545 394 128 so me did the Kwesi do am sorry ma PC ladi the health and lifestyle betom so bien kamunyina
no ɛyɛ manfo ɛna ɛyɛ sexually transmitted infection so said the HIV ekosoro ewo omayimo Ashanti region ha yesi ekosoro no sanso na yade we so ekosoro enti wunim status say na wo de tie ye ne Dr. Abna Yosen ena ebekasa Adanse North Hospital ono na ye head of facility ebekasa afa hepatitis B ehom doc ba good morning ye da say we busy so ye frawa oba bebo ye nyankopon hira o
mo frɛ me da bia ne nyina aka adwuma no
bia me ka sa doc hepatitis H and upon brofo no ya de makoi
waka ne yi no ano no
hepatitis B yate ho asem yare ben kaka
PSC beka hepatitis na afi ma beka B no hepatitis no kire say ye ka hepa brofo no ana Latin word brebo no ene do bia kwogina TZ ru ahwade ehum pepepe ne liver tie ne liver se ne mo awo bi yesu ye wo bi liver ne djuma edie ne se enne ya munro enuane fem so ehun eboa nipadua no eyi efin efri moja no na echinruo so a eya munuane enti no liver no ehun aka na efe ne hepatitis aho kana hodo wo ho ni ahono brebo ne ho a na efe ne hepatitis na enye yinko a B ne nko a hepatitis ne yewo causes ne bi yewo viral hepatitis na ese moa de COVID-19 ba ye kana sem da bia ye ka se
virus na de
virus ni adru no eno ene yewo non-viral hepatitis antiviral hepatitis na PSA ka ho asem ye wo hepatitis A ye wo B ye wo C ye wo D and ye wo E B na ye nim betri odient ye nim betri odient ye nim
okay
ufa A any E a entna redi nim what I say B any C netna redi nim mesa betri mu odient ya B ne ye popular ti A no any E no oboni ka se contaminated food and water aduane a efia ka no me use to me fe fecal oral route efri se bia janan mu na awura yanum enti ensuo ana aduane a ajanan ho bibi akowurem emu na yenya saa yare no efri enti etese na yenya cholera eno ba redie ni mu a diarrhea wo ho unya jaundice wani ye yellow ofe oye mremremremre brebo na hono ye dikan kan prebibre viral infections die ye self limit uni edru eno ankasa na ebetimi body na ankasa na ebetimi akon atia ana be ka redie ma na aka redie no nti eni e ne die body ne kwa na oyare a na ho ato eye wo se malaria ye wo no enti benim se malaria na jaundice abeka ho na ho ato dodo na over 90% ho beto yemra B ni C ni me D ni so beka ho no ehu se ne atie de ntia meka se B na ye popular ye ha ene na ye common pa so C wa ha uko Asia C wo ho B ni C ni de tsena redie nim ekwan efa so a yenya no so nya aduane se ne meka we no ye huni hunam nipa hu moja eni hu nipa hu nsuo nti B ni C ni de akwa ye ne se enam ene ye fa no se bi intersuo mu ewom enti se intersuo mu wom na wanum bi atwa na menum intersuo ma yitofie f menum na ewo ho a etibetimi afasa akwan no so akọ be ma ne be oba mu hye mu die enti e kan se body fluids ya sinsuo na eba no ne mema ho nsuo no so enam mu ene ye mienu nyina na ewura body ni mu ekwan efa so a eye na adwuma wo ho ebi wo ho a body na be fight against na ekọ manka ba ko be wo vertical transmission ye kan no so e kire se me maame be wo hepatitis B wo me mojem me nyinsan a na me de afa awo akire ade enu na afa placenta no mu na ekọ abofra do during delivery enti no wo wi a eya na ye kan se yetimi ma wadru a abofra na dru a betimi a preventing it from getting hepatitis B. So ya transmission e tai enye odebe funu mu no. Awo ni mu kɔ no ne enufuma no mu na abofra no nso so etimi enya. And me can see any B no into vertical transmission enso so e wo ho. Nti maka virals no. Me can non-viral hepatitis. Obi bronsa. Ensa bro no. Etimi ka brebo no. Eno nye hepatitis B enye infection. Say brebo na bosu no so ahunte nsanom wo ho e ka bi autoimmune disease in PSA ni nyina ne say me body yet hoi bibia e ka homa me ye nipadua no body no ennim no say o ka me ho da kope no asore no say a brebo yi de enya abana brebo ni say me make sure say me yi sa brebo afi me ridie dum ti o chi nro bi etia brebo no autoimmune hepatitis so ho eno no ready na ekutia na ready so ho eno so ho intimaka alcohol hepatitis autoimmune hepatitis and toxic hepatitis ebi also are chemicals if it be aflatoxins
okay
enkatie titiru ehura on se bia se ewom ne yam ne nyina afra enye bokosa asa efufu mre ni sa ne toxins uma ekomu a ebetimi aka a high level betimi aka brebo no nto no sa ba no won se wanya jaundice ene na se atatai ne fu ahye nsu abegina ne yem nsu ba ko test hepatitis B C B B N ebetimi aye se
any aflatoxins no so we
aflatoxins ebro bibi etimi hura bia na etimi bro wom nti eno nso so ewo ho and of course toda so krampo a obitimi ehye dudobi na bibi wom a emwa we dey week etwam ya pinfo bi bai dey dey nye hepatitis also odwun so a te se coke be na otwemi ensani ti e frem me ka chem na so onum bibi omo so onum bibi na so onum bibi no onum mon sentence fanentence mbisa na me ba bi ko dru ho na bibi kro na yehu na nansen wa ye mre so anya malaria na ne so bi ye bibi dru no aya man na otwemi ensani the 3 days bi a onum june moja no a break it down na ma odwun se coke no e ma ye se ni moja no aba from cry into sa chemicals and so tinti do onim se bibi duro boni bi anim etoda na efin bi akofra na edisa problem no so aba enti wenum na ye causes of hepatitis and se meyi hepatitis no maka ne mani nyina aba ye beyi B no esi ho na se mre o ma na yaka ho asem pacho
enti B no yanka B no asa ne nimpa adenti na B no ansa na adenti na B no obi a screen hepatitis B no ye adenti na no ehuma yeza
B ni C ni nyina wo ho na ye ha ne B na ye common e na me kan say A entena mojem E entena mojem ba B ni tena mojem titimi kaoso enu nti na enu na ye nimu no nti enu na tie cause hepatitis a etimi de koma liver cancer na ade e wo yen environment mu me kan D me kan ho asem D no de se woni B uni C D ni ntimi ntena already D no ba wa abra B net ho no abeka ne ho no ma ba abusua nti se mimi ni hepatitis B a D betwam a e ba me mogem a e bewu akọ ono de obi asi ni dan no o me hai mo aba besre ho no wote nti wo B na D ni timi beka ho e ma ne tena eno so e cause liver damage na bia nti B no yen he Asia C wo ho pa abate ha we test obi no wo C e wa ha eno de tena moja no mu a enko ifa ye ka se enko a eno nche se nyina nti nipa be se mfa se feti enya bia obi de body ne be fight ya na yi yare na firi ho wa bra wonya nsunsanso obi a obi de enso obenya hepatitis no na body na fight na ne ho atoro na clear free die no ba ko test no ye se owo immunity wo ahobambo obi nso so de be ka no so ne ta ka so pa ye de obanyi nsenya enam awo ni breastfeeding mo no ode aya abofra no eno de ebitimi clear free body no o se nyame aboni padua ne se efe bi antibodies efe bi immune system sa de ne bo ho ban free yare ho eti wunya yare bi a se na bi a meme yare a menya abo bi wiara gem bi wura me redie mu a ebenya me no ebia na enya wo sa ebia wa enya wo no kwa na yare na ka so na me na enya me no ma priate ma yare no matumi atu afi me redie mu certain cervical cancer mo an kwa wo de na no a ebitimi dane cancer na ebi won so abodi na to make clear free no saa na bi no so ne suban etie na mu ewura nipa dua no ma me kan se enam mojem enam ntasuom enam emane mema kita hodie eba efifiri a kofo se etimi de ba entai nsi de ntimi ntansi ne se fifiri na nkasa no se baby epra ti so mom ya rest no mo titi omo ho ne ade na se you fifiri na ekomu de ebi ebetimi asi ebi etimi ba fifiri ma mo ne timi ra ewo fifiri mo na so skin yi barrier protective barrier anti say uni broken skin bia dia ya na mfi ho de fa redie mu skin mu de kono ye nwoma mu de kono o ma sabi o mu wo mo ho mpane no me can drug users PSA big thing so wontin si mu kopie baby amanfo ye no bone a obeka say ni ho ayare ho sem enubone ko animu pa na nsemeti publication bi eno wo ho enti obi ho no mu a owo ne ho de duro bi mitimi mu modin bi na afi no bi ko hwa akọ aha enti pane na wo de twen we de twen na wo de awo we de twen na wo de awo me wo bi a akopane na no ebe ko redeem sa aha ti eno so ye kwan fa so a itimi transfer B any C no so no
you science and dey na beda di woni padua ni mu ama wo hu se ebi amanya hepatitis A B C D ana E
emmo wani wia redie ni mu a omutai dadin ekohwe moja mane ye hu se moja hepatitis B ana C ana mienu ni nyina awum se unya nsunsanso de ya na chese edibone ye wo short term and ye wo long term chronic infection nti ewura redie ni mu a ebetumi ho ne hwa am wa yare eno wani ye yellow eno na mini se na fe ne bunu na na John is on fe ne bunu no ha woni na da yellow sa ipa ne timi ye mre osmenya malaria me joint nyina ma ye mre menya malaria aha nya malaria no mre o ye bro so won koye adwumade bia nso wa ye mre efie obi yem timi tu wo ye funu sro ha no di fa ho no e ho na brebo ne hye ti bon se ho nso ya wo ya no so e wo ho ehọ na hono bibia befu a ho hepatitis no aha enti eno na saa yare ne ba enhye dani aduru a de tu ase enti efe na symptomatic treatment fear na wo fear ne ahwe woyam na etu ane ahwe wo na aye hye ane ahwe jaundice no eno a bekle nti the hard dwen so no say brebo no na yam nnura ya num kwa ready me yare na menum aduru a brebo na ehwe nti PSA say wo de enuro se pisu a abra liver na akasa no no ayare wa honho no enti ye avoid enuro bebre na vitamins mo obonika se hydration suo ne vitamin mo ne ade ne de amount na aboa liver na ma na timi a fight it me fight na ho to wa wawie ne wo mu mienu ebi wo ha fi widie num kura mo dia num kura akọ ebi wo nso so a akote na efe ne chronic infection ekota a utimi de sign e obi so on to me fan sign enso etene redie num ti ekota de a e weke a de akakopie baby efe the liver cancer ti ana say cirrhosis of the liver eno ma liver no ye den ti se bo moje se fa mu nyina ntimi mfem nti aha enti eno say ekowie hode a moja fie wom nipa ne na ase taatai na fu ahye wona ma si ye bonu dua eno so ho ti me ana mpese me nye obi tse me dua bonu ase na me hu se ne etie bo se em se dua bonu ya ade a benifo me atese wo ho
symptoms no ya de
sa enti ana ye no ye ntimi nti ase ye but benifo kire se wo ho enti no me oba me ho na se me hu se wa honho na ma anwene heart ne ho a ma edwene liver ne ho aha enti eno so na ewa abonten ho ti ya ma ya dwene ama so se ebia na yare na ayesa na de hye boni bebre so eno so wo ho menim se dua no so ye bon so mo de liver no na je dia aha me shedan hu se na tie
And so a big question pa.
And money wo ha just enya mpanifo kire yase. Na ma ye practice medicine na yetimi e dey atoto so ho aha.
And you betre wani mu house we dey.
We dey akoye duabo. We hunu aha. Esu no ebino no. Ne kra ye liver cancer. Enim se ne cancer tie. Se kowie cancer dey na akowie bone. Hepatitis na kasa wo hode it me reverse go back to normal. The titru me cancer no obi buru nsa otimi fon in fact e fon so ka ho otimi fon ye ketekete nani ada yellow ne na ase atatai ohunu no ojansa no ma enko achiri enkodane cancer dodo no a ojaya body na etimi fight ya ma e correct no asan go back to normal. Aha tie kasa hepatitis B wo mojema ye won niam bi ese wo so wo ye wo de be prevent say wo de sign wo bi ene wo ne ma obe ya wo de be hwe na yare no so nkwa animu yare ne eti moja no na wo check wo ho afi bia say wo check wo ho e we be viral load your viral DNA copies e boarding asan ye wo liver function test ti ne went to me cry 6 months bia wo hwe liver no function na hunu say eye adwuma kama de ya na che say entimi nka brebo no ma wo nya hepatitis ne bi
e be ti de be hwe nkwan no so ne de aye eyi no sa test we mu nyina e be bo aye 6 months bia bia enam dodo aye wie no e bi o ha number say
obi sunya bi we kra o
obi sunya bi we kra asemo
nsem ni bi ha
pa
bi ha
na me mo aye nyina
bi ha
nye easy kra do continue to your for preventive measures no ba akon wakan say yanko ye you know yanko liver function test ne ade na be boa ya ma say ba
onipa ni wo bia nipa ni wo bia na o ye sa ade na ene na afuto me de bibi ka ho oba nyame ya adma Tuesday be ye World Hepatitis Day.
Okay.
Ye na ye si ho say ye hwehwe wo widie mu say na wo moja mu say yare ni bi wo ho e wo ho ade ne ye de aboa wo nyame ya aduma Ashanti region bedi na no district ni nyina be ye launch no na ne pompon so pa na ye Ashanti region adwuma ye no ye no wadanse form na oba free screening wo ho.
Okay.
Ye be hwe wo moja mu say bi ni bi wo mu a ebi wo mu a efutu ese de mawo labs ese e choma ma akoye na ode be kire wa abra wontu ya hwe mi ehum se niema ye toaso ana se uhia se de otu aduro so aduro wo ho aha aduro wo ho a entu viral infection dem se yaka se ye ntu ase ye soso ano ti se HIV no
obi ba me ho so obi na me hwe no a me hwe se ene ne be
tobo
no obo me prum ma yes mo HIV
tobom and obi crash bi aminim no o say ma me de me hwe wani na me hwe se ne a wotie na body ne ye kama de na che se me hu se yare bi ani ho nam se sa o di wani na ye diagnosis aha nti aduro wo ho se wo bi na ana wo si na your level a ekudru I do to aduro because unya kwa aduro so I for life ti e monitor nta me ka say your viral load ne viral DNA copies no depend on level no edu be me ti ka say do betu aduro so na aduro no etimi aboa so yare no so se ne HIV for na aduro so hypertension for na aduro so diabetes for na aduro so sanity enti obi a enye death sentence say ebekunwara
enye stigmatization
exactly
community
enya de enso so ese wotena ho se yesi obi okra na ewoni mogam so enya na hwe ebetimi adinya over 20-30 years nti no ye monitor na edu ba bi ehia adura na edu watu aduro nti saa na eho no nso so etie nti nyame ya aduma ebenada ewe ya nimu ya
okay
wo for menam potem ho a bra
Omra Hospital ho.
Oba Hospital ho. Adanse North District Hospital. Enti ye ne regional director project aye no. Free screening.
Free buntu.
Ba be hwe omogem na free na manfo mpiopiesi. Ba be hwe omogem keke. Ne ye hwese bi wo mu a ye ntuufo. Ye mmoa. Umfa nsane. Wonso so a enkun because ye do betu nuro so ama etimi aboa.
That's by Dr. Abna Konadu Yosen Adanse North Government Hospital facility no on the house mo differs ya mo bo adwuma nyame hiro
ti yeti ko di lasa
Debi mo ntenko Debi defending champion
they say man for so any abro aba for so any abre
Debi mo ntenko de e ubehu
It's why I'm crashing.
Oh, Debbie, Obria, Bashishano, Debbie, remember I am show dog. Yeah, organic syrup, Yanombi. I own a pharmacy in a diaba, it means menstrual pains. If you come how medicine or a baby or doctor, and unwalker say, oh, no, medicine, yes, I would two be bringing here. What we were medicine in and I was sanka, tablespoon barco, and 9 doc, yes, sir.
In fact, 20 to 80 tablespoon me no pim aboros wa 8 in etc.
E wo hope say who say yes e moje to da binyesa but when we say enya kura ye salbia no organic syrup na beboa libido form e beboa afi wo menopause no so wo de hawo wanya hawo wo hwehwe ne ade a wo no organic syrup no e beboa why restless why stressed e beboa wo ntimi na eboa enkwada numbi apemfo numbi woni a wo ma nufo mo so mo nka ho pharmacy shop license chemical shop herbal shop so be chime akotobi ho anaba for 0597216047 0597216047 and 0597216037 Kojak farmer num proco de beboa e one pepono Kojak chaco toothpaste fise Kojak regular fluoride toothpaste e boa ma sen ye kama Kojak pini Kojak efo se femfem wa enwa 0531069945 0531070020 happy birthday to you Kwakwa Tafra live GH happy birthday Kwakwa live GH if chief any abusuani nyina o se Nyankopon hwira na wonye okese Kwakwa doc we dey few seconds here ko your braso ti
kwacho me kai say ubo inform na mfa patem ho nko ade a ebena dabra
ebena Tuesday anopa bo 80 ko
efi 80 ko yeah screening
free
ye be launch program no so wotim betena ase ye betie bi efutu ebe bia na watie bi ye Kenya na ne se bo bre ho ban test ne hu status obi se ani ehu enye tan we de ani hu no a eboa e ma bo ho ban efri ewu a hu hia ho timesrew e wonim se wo bi nso so e wonim bi kwa ba avoid aha wonni di ne ma bi ne no nro bi entina yatimi aboa ama wonkwa ayetenten de enyim nyina ne se ye de dom ene ye bibia ye de ahoden so na ye bibia nti behwe wo ho na age ayaresa
Edase Dr. Abna Kunadu your son head of facility ewo Adanse North Government Hospital where ops and gynae specialist Edase Medi di PSC la di Kwesi Park Wilson na eba be take over the cross over the odeba ne OBT agenda ina desafi encantadios adios
Oyerepa TV Oyerepa TV the station that makes me feel so happy.
but by how faithfully we defended our constitution in the aftermath. We speak today on behalf of the minority caucus in response to the judgment convicting the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Mr. Bernard Kwesi, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, and Akonta Mining Limited. We speak not as advocates for one man, but as custodians of a constitutional order that must apply equally to every Ghanaian, regardless of political color. The New Patriotic Party has already issued its own statement on this matter, expressing profound disappointment, insisting no evidence showed that Wontumi unlawfully assigned his mineral rights, and calling the conviction a travesty of justice. We do not repeat that statement here. We in the minority, we do not repeat the statement here. And nothing we say duplicates it. We speak instead for our own constitutional duty as the minority in Parliament to interrogate the conduct of the state wherever the public interest demands. Before we turn to the law, a word for the human beings at the center of this, to Chairman Wontumi, to his family, to the New Patriotic Party in the Ashanti region, and to our party at home and abroad. You are not alone. Parliament has publicly acknowledged overseeing a mining site taken over from its lawful owners with no prosecution to date. And an NDC member of Parliament charged over an anti-Galamsey clash was granted bail within days. This pattern, taken together, sustains a reasonable perception that the machinery of the state moves fastest and land hardest when it is pointed at the political opposition. A government serious about ending selective justice must prosecute its own with the same vigor it has shown here. These four defects matter far beyond this one case. A democracy survives on the confidence of the losing side that the rules of the game are fair. If trial courts may sidestep constitutional referral, deny counsel of choice, and stretch veil-piercing beyond recognition, whenever it is convenient, then no citizen's rights are secure. Whatever party they belong to, and public trust in institutions that must outlive any single administration.
Leader in Parliament and also member of Parliament for Asieduaa MP, Madam Patricia Apj, Deputy Minority Leader and the MP for Asieduaa. Now, no king now say Wontumi case is a travesty of justice and man in ye. Just say Wapayo pass over something tum. Na ya justice delivery system no pese amanfo nya gidie wo mu a sa na manama wo taaya amanfo mu gidie na wo justice delivery system na beba form ntom de mo ntwe and the lawyers for Wontumi signal say by the end of next week there on by appeal until almost 20 grounds of appeal ambe ntom call the court of appeal. And I say, I'm far. the highest appellate court of the land, which is the Supreme Court. On Mesako. What they say, Bubo Omudi and HSA, Omapim. Upon that down over them. Of course, Supreme Court, the Supreme Court in the case, oh, the High Court in a Court of Opinion and Ankoyedia, and they won't to me. You know. And I'll pay there. We ask again from a fair-minded people, more Ghana, whether indeed the prosecution of Wontumi, but the conviction of Wuna is a convict by the court. Until any other court says otherwise, you know, he's a convict. But to a fumombra, to them, no case was sorry on power in one prison. I would now say, so you know, or kind of persons one there on one assem. But on pay the one prison to say, what you wouldn't ending. It's a pay from the fair-minded people, from what they said. In a mono, is that what it is? Some part, then they call, you know, a political persecution and or you want to mention what dinner tomb. And now some part say he really erred on the side of the law. And the paper they won't come on. Now, members of parliament, they are back on the front burner again. This time, the Speaker of Parliament say we need communication from the Interior Ministry, even from cabinet actually, sir. And he said MPs to Irene. I said we are bapping. But the MPs, some of them are not too happy. Sometimes we're some committing and Accra traffic. Anybody who knows Accra knows the terrible traffic situation in Greater Accra. It's emphasized upon what your EB. Also called Parliament. By 9 a.m. And in fact, more with you or you be no home. As early as 5 a.m., not traffic actually on the Opongolo stretch. From Accra Mall to Opongolo. Nina nachi, nti shashi Opongolo nina nachi. Sometimes it's me could do a Madina Kadam. From those of you who are tell you be. Assuming say nipa quantity wager. For those of you who know wager, as early as 5 a.m., na traffic chassis everybody up from Botiano. Kiki. Sometimes it's match to Makati Junction. Koye da Kuma Junction. It's not within the It's in fact it's your Marcos Carnation with us Henry. A bomb to Carnation. It's the according to wager. Also do parliament or Accra. Also do parliament in term na or to wager what you be. What time Accra there west. Motorway no. Si say omoye motorway. Ebusia by 5 a.m. Na motorway na highway no. Traffic agent so ding. In Japan also you should say no. What's my name you should say no. Ade. The MP some of them are not happy on the pay. But the home come on. Should we grant them the permit so munya say no man no. And I say yes sir. Tell pay there. In Kwame the be phone lines now our journey conversation with your thoughts this morning. Once again I'm going to be Akua Asieduaa from Oyerepa TV. So, you do your OBT agenda. That is Oyerepa breakfast time agenda. We ding Kwesi Parker Wilson. We'll call Facebook Oyerepa TV Ghana. Like your page, you know. I'll comment go ho. Make kind of the amount down the pay. You be phone lines now. That is join conversation with your thoughts this morning. In fact, the Ashanti region, no ba Ashanti regional. Ashanti regional MPs no issue statement. And a number of parts then the constituency chairman, the caucus, so issue statement and now pay. Now, statement, no can say, Wontumi is not alone. Almost support to Wontumi pa, and that they remain unshaken. They believe in his integrity. Ashanti region constituency chairman for say they believe in the integrity of Chairman Wontumi, his service to the party, and his dedication to the people of Ashanti and Ghana. We call on all party faithful and supporters across the region to remain calm, law-abiding, and united. We have confidence in the legal directorate of the party and in the ability of the team to pursue all available legal options. Sana statement, Eka. It's, Monseko, they believe in his integrity, Monseko, Mami. We'll come back to that. But my guest is already seated in the studio. Botche Baba, Onyambe Duye, but I don't pay there. Lecturer, award Christian Service University, award, don't know what I saw. Reverend Justice Bofa Pukumensa is my guest this morning. I'm and catch it, yeah, but I don't pay for Babedu. Rev, Akwaba.
Kwesi, me also.
Na bacho bibi aboko dia.
Ejana dom ya sorry ya tiasia ya besuma santima ni Ghana man die. Na tese Ebe fan sa.
The diamiasi. Em ze bu na che. School to say. Em ze me master samiwe ya na em ze me share that to for how be me.
You go so tie fa Jeffrey Christian Service University. Emre ye tie for ni ahwefo nyina tie obi a wo hwe na no pay.
Yeah, diamiasi. We there why as we say part of the okay, so just before I come to my kind statement view on the Ashanti region, constituency chairman Kokosono. Almost statement na me were the dean of the constituency chairman. So in fact, I'm told he say Manso Edubia constituency chairman. Na honorable and I said chairman Kofi Echampon. So honorable Kwaba no pay. Chairman, I'm pumped to say.
Na dia course video ne rather for my
chairman then ekoso
sir dia course no ntina so was for me minute
and again for people maybe na I mean for some people they are happy so they are not it's from your position then ekoso
e bi ani age o
of course e bi ani age
okay na bible nso kan wa se dia eyen so gina ho no won hwe wan hwe ase yeah,
I see.
Okay. Many are made us. The young person.
Matia. Chairman, me whom statement and not pay regarding a young support amudema. Chairman won't to me. If you are not being to statement, more how far about his conviction, no, any day. How many part of more say, and the chairman won't to me at tomb for 20 good years, also Otra by Kuku.
Yo, Minya Medas. The air Kenyan and Osha, your statement and also a chairman won't to me. And yes, on Onkwana, Enya. You on Onkwana. Oba Santa raising her. A MP.
Hello, Chairman. Hello, Chairman. What's it called? What's it? And you want to mean Kwan but your tosso, mammy.
Yeah, you know Kwan. If you say, or Dado, Ano, want to me, I a constituency chairman, 210. After Bayer regional chairman, 310. Now, what the MPP, upper power, 210. And one term na Akua position. It is chairman to me IAB. I'm a MPP. It is a summer to know and you are not going it's yenina yes support no. Yenina a woman say what they would ye and so no yenina and a summer then. Yeah, I see a bonnet chidom. Yet tanechi. Insumo a real move. Sumo etache ma untu mi echi na ye beye bia e be to me amaye nuano every prison hono ejuminu to obi se na ni age a ono de onyere no ho na omusi ompia bonten se ebi a omani age no ompia bonten to omo ye mema ompie na yenhunu omani gie na omani age no minu na o hwe o kan judgment ya minu me menye lawyer and I'm in your judge here. Me, I'm a tea here. And still be in them. A munyedu. My constituency was a man so to be a constituency.
Yeah, man so do an abode.
Bra, never shall. Thank you, Kagalantia, somebody. Even at the year, one my see or winning, I can't quack to move through the Omako Guns our own prison.
Is it your argument, Chairman? Is it your argument? Say obi ye bonin or ye galantia, and you say you're prosecuting na?
Obi ye
because obi ye
yebi. What kind? Papa no, Chairman, to me yes we concession or concession. Uba ya ha the constituency. Last year we had money nada. I am for 4 years. But ebi no much me we are mo bogram. Et me ye den. Ekututu amana also. If you are not in concession, you are not watching that. If you make a saying, you barbie, if you cry barbie too, near the Nakon.
In the chairman,
you were Fabrado for concession while we are friends tropical.
Yeah.
O Mayor Juma to be Amana Galamsia or my Joe was real or Motu Amana or Motu.
Come not the for concession, no. Omoya Galamsi.
Yeah, 80, no, as the question. Any Omo question.
I see.
Now, what's the gold mine? 80 won't say that a Galamsia for Bogram, Echo Tuti Amana also. Edminia, the Anania General on your own most day on Simon Teneso, not almost. Now, I am a defer. There are money charges or real Ganeska. There are more time I want to meet charges or Bugana Faso. Not our concession. Not a from 4 Bogramu, Akutu Amanawas.
A from 4.
Now, if I show Bogra be concession when I say, or Mao to me, if I show your Cronco.
I see. Now, sir, Chairman, what kind judgment in a day? What's your kind judgment in the video?
Oh, now, sir, me pacho. Any panocra, obedia dancing, and what's it? I'm out to make a woman. And I am winning.
There be judgment in the Obianca Saum.
Me pacho, or Mom could you nip me, you could dance here. O Kumune, I seen an answer for.
There be Oman Casa or judgment. Judgment not make kind there. Oman Casa. Henry Ogumnesi or court, Chamaun to me.
Dance here, dear. Chamaun to me when you got out. See, I may know what I say, crying as I send a call for so more yes, Wojuma. It's no such Chamaun to minister, oh, eh? Mama Yankano crew. Chamaun to me, eh?
It's what they want to say when they're Chamaun to me 1 year, Bonibia. I was saying in the tomb.
I'm about to mean your bonnie pia on your bonnet. On your bonnet. Wait, a politics. A politics.
Chairman, we are where say Ghana manager says a mount permit. Say fire a Juma. And this say woman ubia pine say uncle assassin so quay say Jumano. Now, what kind
of evidence be by
Yabu say what kind judgment? Chairman,
if I show,
Chairman, me kind judgment in amount. Judgment in a make one say.
Contract, Amma will be so on quiet galamteos, and I'll wear mine.
Chairman, Yabuche. Me say, judgment in a make one say material. Say, judgment in a say, won't to be my whole pine. Say, Henry Ogum, one corner sass so, and quiet Juma. Na Ghana manager say your mouth permit to say ye Juma. What stand upon also we ye Juma was so. Say your reclamation, no, say a young man, you know. It's a wound to me. Permission or the man and Rogum say uncle assassin so. Which wound to me himself on Wemu Adjatum. Say on my Henry Ogum Quine. Say uncle assassin so. Sad no ye, you know, and qua or the tiambra. And no, who feels a wound to me on still on for me, even though Ghana law say, and he say, or more be as a permission.
If I saw media evidence in me, nine.
The man, make kind of judgment in natural. And your evidence as a maker.
Now say, or any for agreement, our concession is also good guarantee us.
Chairman, I'm saying one kind judgment. Mr. So be kind judgment in our home. Now, what one common because and I make us a judgment and I want to make it to say on my Henry Ogum Akunya so on corner assassin. Now on reclamation. Ghana say your mouth permit to say fire Juma. What side the part and this omo bia kwan. Say on a Juma bia also say your reclamation no say mine no obia no sa kwan because the permits no exclusively yours. Won't to make it to me say ampa on my Henry Ogum kwan say uncle assassin so. By that admission alone, what should Ghana bana wafum. And no, what is the position on that?
And I may say, and your Obama would be a hadia. And ye, as any public break them.
Okay.
As any public break them. Concession witness, your woman would be a kind of saying, anchor for as a break them.
Okay.
I also be break them, including you are Fabrado for.
agree your comrade for.
Eti me pacho say we en centroni wo dey for camera men's black. Me ame two card wako. Me ame two card wako. No wako she. No ma card wako ye forest mo a enkofo gumo mo ye mo adwuma.
I say I don't know what evidence in Ghana police for. Evidence in Ghana police for.
Evidence in court. Also, yes, the journey. Also, who be Sammy, a dinner, so much road, any hands will be one.
But all your mind, Papa, what person will boss us on Obaya? What the evidence Dokuma police say? As soon as see or Benton or your galanty or Mempotem, why haven't you done that, Chairman? Hello, Chairman.
The Pacho, Yatuaba. Edi to me asho man penyin nsem said all ya wadi ni to me wa gina so wa chiche ma won to me no edi no ya no so ono abetimi aye
nti o man penyin finkran na o aba o ye o man papa ye na ye boa na ya chichire o man no Chairman ye boa a chichire o man ayo man ni ye when say obi ye o man no bone o ye asase no bone a Chairman are you saying say won't me reporting in Pakono e Ghana police for enye hwehwemu say o mampani na enfrinkan e just zango for no
me bacho e wa wuti krom ha e mu say obi site kra no wuntimi nwura ho no ana wu bi da
me tio pa
so obi ye mining wo policy a ensentrofo obi kra kwa wo mo ntimi nwuram so unim ejumi me no wan mi ko fie champo me no wan
I see
e kra me ya me ko obi site say wo ye mining to me ba be the video and the evidence ya kwa from Ghana police. It's in any Ghana police now work and almost all humanity.
I see.
It's media maker. Such a MPP in Suba Bemudia. Your forest and us will be a what you are now will be any and Yanadia said, you for forest commission for more. So many about your thousand mobile. Ghana forest.
Yeah.
Forest no money about
yeah.
But and comfort me at me a grandma or more you more. It's a media minute to me near giant. And the empire to me be answering some. It's a maker, but they two of you. Say a forest and any uncle for more.
Mate. Medasi Chairman. Na generally
which mean Kwana. Yachino say Yachino no. Minimum say Ghana be ye. You see any in a bet. You any in a bet. You won't to think. I'm not so becata. Because I'm out to me. And one a Ghana or your galamsey or your mining.
Mate. Chairman Medasi and not pay.
To move my end, take that galamsey cost over baby.
Na say what I said, come not before more your galamsey.
But I know Africa president and I can to one and call for and a my galamsey a corn aging.
Mate.
Minister Senator, my own to me, a common. It's media maker, Santo Raging. See another MPP for the idea support very much.
My own to.
Ya kanu one in the bush nyina
Mate Medase na no pay Chairman it was for that's Chairman Kofi Achampo one the Dean of Constituency Chairman here in Ashanti region senior Okano all the chairman name party supporters in Ashanti region almost support the Chairman to me he believes Chairman in boni bia na omacheno pure politics yeah okay Reverend wetin komono wetin minority for no we are independent person wetin some me question for you do you strongly believe that na koshi say na chairman wo sisi wa wetin ni your politics because obi e galam say ni bi enya hu ntumi nkwa na e galam say nti mo ga am kwachi hu ntumi it's no and the pure politics and not because of the Ghana mbre did in ntina yeah ga kwachi
yo ko si me da say ma me chia bi na me chia wati for ni ahwefo na ansa na me ransom ni mu no ye me pese me di kan ma ti for ni ahwefo eti ase ni se ye mu bi ye sori anopa na ye dware na sebe ye fa ka na ye betena Oyerepa studio ha se ye be kire ya dwene won sama ye koso o man ne ho a said ye wadi kan aka wo introduction ni mu no enya akatua bi a ye gi wa ha
of course
ana akatua bi a ye gi free party A or party B ana any interest group ho enti ne betena ha nemom Ghana ho donti
right
enti ye kasa yen yemubi me kasa se Ghana ni ye dwene Ghana and kankro ho.
Right.
Having said that, Tamawun to me asamia ababeto ho aye discussi. Adenti na aye dede wo maimu. Aye dede if you say a high profile case. The case a high profile case at the Kenya say nipa no asem ne fa no ho no. Oyo obi a wodi e wo maimu. Anunti na ama aye dede maybe abefa bia.
Is it just a din keke but just because of Dom Amayoko binti?
Asante na say the man nyadi if you say ye wo nipa bebre wo ha e bi ko ma ye adwuma wo MPP ana o ma ye adwuma NDC kura change ama untumi
right
ba ye nti wo mu din so what you say nti ye suma wo dia sum ni party no e na ama na nyadi nti ye mbesa me kan say Kwesi se ame no ti hey ye dane ye ni nanti sima kakra bia ye be ko high court e wo ye chi ha da court e wa ha Ghana fo bi titsa minu mienu titsa chama wontumi ye de won akogum ebinum kura ukotie wo mo asem a I mean a program be am TV TV so wo mo a ye jeli wo mo a mo prison for there's a program like that ye kotie wo mo asem a ye kebi mo mo but utimi kotie ni pa bi asem e bia ye de na kotum bia 20 years 30 years bi kura na asem kura nko court anase bi kura court court no wanya kamafo bia chese asem ananka ebitumi atwaniti a ndi na me chese untumi ye high profile person ti ena ma case ni high profile case
right
asem bisa no nyina eye ade baako sia yedi untumi ya che no ne de na famra kwanso de na kotum no eye ne kwanso anase enye ne kwanso
right
me ubusa me a meka se eye ne kwanso
no kwanso
se ye chi wontumi na yede na famra kwanso na se odifa yede na kwa akotum sana me pese atiefo ne ahwefo nyina so ti ase se onipa bia owo man mu se owo aban mu se woni aban fa na odane Ghana mrani obutu Ghana mra na wo ye no ma bia ne Ghana mra no nko no etwa se aban no otoso no sunya akokoduro na otimi di sa nipa no ko gina mranim se koba saade a enipa benya rehemu ewo yamamu semu a yeye nim Kwesi kabima mkebu a ye ka eye democracy a de bia ye ka ho asem ye bo ho dawuro no ade ba ko pe ne pese wo man no yenya any good governance amamu a sebe adwene da ho eto asumu na nam ne kwan so say there is a good governance eye adwuma die besi ni say wo party A wo party B say wo opposition say wo abamu say Reverend Bofa fund da ha na MPP for NDC MPP for MP for NDC MP for MPP na wo fa fund no a ye betreat ni say ye krono na mumienu nyina ye de mafa kwan cross na mo makoba say ye de tumi ma amanyokuo whether A or B na oba na ne botaye ni say akwasi park awo se nipe tumi no anka bia mame eri tukwan bia so me de park abekọ akotum na wode ye kasa ansa na wanya tumi no obenya tumi no na ampani ampa ye de akwasi su kotum a emma asem ne ka ehedin emma asem ne ka ye de fi se koba sa pe boni enipa no adie no eni no ma enipa na ye no eyi ya adwini free so e konsem bia wo kan ya ansa na obenya tumi saa de no na manyofo ne ya enne wo se etimi si ni pen ye ka cha MPP ni NDC say enough of that nonsense MPP and NDC enough of that nonsense adenti na make sa adenti America sa ne say yesi ye pese ye bo oman hu ban yesi kasem ye hwesu ye ya bo oba de no mo de ma ye hwesu ye adenti na aban bi beba power ne nipa bi gina court abaya net so sabre no susu se wo ma ye bone etia wo man no nti o se de o mfa mra kwa so na aban bi beba power o se media sankrofo no a ye de o gina court no a ye susu se ye nka se etisa but ye susu se wo ma ye o man no bone nti de o mfa mra kwa so no animonimu no aban ne se Thank you for no money about Nibia and Mrs. Sassam no cry the atom. You just only have country.
I'm assuming the Musu saying some night say a frivolous. A frivolous. It will say ye jaw, no jaw.
Near jaw, no
that abandon also no not all persecute you or more unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
Exactly.
Not ye just have
morning.
Ye jaw more the next day. Now by Chronoa Babatas so on to say, Womo Mabasmo mine con, Nipabia the body, into Womo the any dear. A case, man.
But the charges are different.
No, what I'm saying is that.
But say establish that the charges are different.
What charges are you talking about?
To say the IMFA do 4 cases, for example. Causing financial loss to the state. Wouldn't you media, for example? Environmental hazard, and I say degrading the galamsey. So these are 2 different issues.
But what I'm saying is that we must be consistent in our justice delivery system. Say, Abembia Basso, na our pepasa or Kuma Ghana. It has said the second child.
Okay.
That is the fundamental point.
Okay.
If it's a me up, me a parent. Na mo mommy enu no mutifie. Na ba kuko wi phone. Na madina kwotena ba bia kwato fried rice amana di. Asa to yogurt agusu amananom. Na the other one su ko wi phone na me tire ne sa to hodam the second child. E dia na me ka kire nkola no.
I'm not being fair.
I'm not being fair.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yepe amemu a enipa betimi anya arehemu ewo oman no nsema yekom hia kwasi uko other democracies me describing as healthy democracies obi betimi beso oman uko France sisia oman pani bia ba tweme friends akosi ojinamranim sisia ye di nasem oyo oman pani dada o ba unhu se political party bia di ko gina campaign platform so e di akoye politics. They allow the state institutions to work.
Yeah.
It's a didn't got to more. Sarkozy in the bush of phone to me, Major, my political trial. Your friend said, what is it say? Your friend, now, bomb back to baby all day. Macron, and on any party for, and now more mujini ideologies, the persecute me. That's what I'm saying. So, mine, I was here to me develop a democracy. No, Emma Ekodru baby. Say, you will be called to a fiasi. So, what ye or mine bonia. Yemi enu nyina wo awuti abamu ene wo opposition nyina tumi din se boka zampa de akoso no sa na wo se koso se yanye ni sa enipa bi be kata parties achi amanyuku achi no ma digana bone te sa de akoso now people are raising issues they say only MPP chairman he can say o can be say galamsey koso indeed true say MPP time na galamsey koso NDC time galamsey koso to the point to say NDC for no aba be kase enipa bi wo mo party no mo so ye mpanimfo wo mo din mu odu a ya see ye investigations kra yeyura yamin mo so ka ya
of course abanga ne yamin
yes ye investigate wo no so mo ye galamsey e dey asem na asi
so gushi investigation
mo so gushi investigation
se deputy attorney general so gushi investigation
se sa ensem we ankosi bebia Ghana fo be hunu nukre wo mu a Magana for nya arishim.
But the fact so Obiala is Obiya Galamsey in Chinchinachi when there is no evidence of your Galamsey, or because of your Galamsey. Because if in the events of your Galamsey, they're fine. But if there is no evidence to suggest your Galamsey, why should have a
because Mamika some show? Namen can't say a thief when you know. Perception. That word perception is as equally potent as reality.
Okay.
Perception. Intina ye corruption index, I say perception index. Corruption perception index. Na penny and pass who hemu a. I said ya na nsem ni betu to dwa yesibia state institution wo mo corrupt. State wo be call from na sanity. In most cases. The me can say men ka say yura ya mean ni abanga D4.
Right.
E jemfo mo nkoto.
Right.
Men ka sa. But the me can say yura mahama. Wan ka say tima begina simpies wa ka say NDC for bi ye galamsey. You say good to me issue no. Ye galamsey ho asem.
Right.
Intent me nu ye ho ne ensre. Ye galamsey ho asem. Ye hunu se aban ni tu anamo bi a. Wo mu wa opposition ene wo mu na ban mu nyina no ya chi wo mu ama ye de mra no aye adwuma ama mra na di wo mu. Ama obi ntimi nya ho kwan ko gina ba bi nkoka se ye bi a enipa sumese o party A enti ne de mra no edi no.
Okay.
If you say galamsey asem de Kwesi na mesi enka no kre o hawa galamsey dia bre Ghana ne gusu di bre Ghana man, yet it is no matter what the case is. I say we are not angry enough.
We are not angry enough.
We are not angry enough.
Yeah.
Because if we are not angry enough, say the impudence of a dying cockroach will be brofu. Yet to me, yama, say galamse no. Nanke we chiro galamse nanke you bush na na ye galamse o. You starting galamse starting ya yet hun komun. But say the ye abafie.
Onko for featuring.
Say galamse abafie. Communities be o kwa. Say ye galamse no rem bi ye abafie. Na no ye report. E wo from na ha.
Yeah.
For say KT Amond wo adasa sopa. Agenda 111 hospital a yesia.
Yeah.
Agenda 111 hospital no. Ye di galamse wo ho a ewrem.
Ye nsinwie ye. Ye siba ye nsinwie.
Ye nsinwie.
Omo di galamse but minister no. In fact just yesterday I be process o my reclamation nyina awie. Nti oma kata mo nana no mo ye na. But also match two suspects. And I'm man so makata ni nyina so. Because actually we gina minister.
Mati.
That's the update for you.
Mati. But the make can say Edia be ni betumi ama oman yakwa kodu sampempe so no. Say oman ya japade afedie ye di oman hu do ato nchen say oman japade be say kura na ye bi digalamse wo ho a ye mfa ho. Intermediate.
Your point is that won't media no is in order.
Yes, of
just
course.
That I was say and this for to demonstrate to say omonko for no me galamse no.
We call them to order.
Okay.
And the me any confidence was system nim.
Okay. Mami welcome a year senior Boche Emmanuel. Senior Governor.
Yeah.
Na you are working there.
Oba dia daruma.
Kada mi ase. In fact, Boche Chade wo University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development. USTED and there's a friend. And the dinner a transition so many times. We just hope that this will be the final and the final. The you say the nail on the
CPP be
the man say ya mami awo
and one no they say the university is running they no man no e didn't know about this be fam the university the university is running they no man no na boje
me fa kwanya isu na me nchia na me nchia tie4
right
me an ba bia me free me vice chancellor professor Alfred Kwakusafo professor Isaac Boatin pro vice chancellor me dean professor Hans de Sowata na me nchia me am HOD and Farouk Costello and Chief Bano omunyina.
Great. But I'm sure so what kind of judgment, you know. Now here is a twist. The MPP it was a very interesting argument, which Obibeka says is fair. Nipa mi no mko chiomo side also. The Ogum guy and the Jedu guy. Throughout the prosecution, and we read judgments, have 59-page judgments in Inana. They only served as a prosecution witness. Sankofon MPP 40 na ko sa ban no itimi prosecute Sankofon no mu jeli Sankofon it no nyade akwa ni say obi no onu ye adwuma directly no we ja no na obi anu concession na dia no mom would not too, and that's what they say is persecution and wound to me is a political prisoner omaka omudika.
Well me dey me eno no dey eno nya me issue.
And you issue.
Yes.
No, but that should be an issue. So, omo control one assassin so no omo ye adwuma.
Say a issue, but
sound no.
I think
yanti omo.
Me submissions no hover around all a honum area. No.
Okay,
but before I start no, I think say also we have to give the premise. Galamsey no. Senior the BIA can. Gather them and sell. Yes sir. Na a day na e buy. The reason was that in the 1897, then the British ruling, Gold Coast, they declared say the mining of gold and minerals was exclusively for the foreigners. That was the basis. And see, the indigenous so transika said there be they are moye there. Yen adani na egu abontin de yen ti asiesa. So then people started also doing their own thing. Post-colonial era, that is independent.
Yeah, after independence.
And also, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah established a corporation which actually brings those gold and other minerals into the government chest. But the people, the indigenes around that enclave, i.e., Obefa, Pristia, Dunkwa, offend efa friends who ni value mu onom. Those people thought say there be though sikani na ba aban no there, but yen a war around that enclave, we are not feeling the impact. And they also started, not they were doing their own aside that of the government. But certain ne ayemra. Into honum na illegal, gather them and sell no. A honum ankasa na sa you can establish here. But fast forward in the 1983, 1989, the PNDC actually established a law to incorporate Sancro for now. In the form of small scale. But still now anti-time because you need a license, you need to qualify for certain licenses. Some people in their dreams thought say they may not be able to get those licenses looking at that rigorous processes So they resorted to going to the bush, dig, then they go and bring water in the form of drums, then they will be washing it. Then they will get their their metal. But it got to a point in the 2000s, the Chinese people came in and actually enlightened the people in quote. To say there be. Untumi untu an jenango fa unko say nsuo mu drum mfa emma hanum say there be your machine be a champagne no money ade enya champagne. And only the obetumi de since wonu angasa na nsuo nu angasa na gold no dodo na ewo nti ngofo no yes anom say eh sa na tie de ene we de say ato amai and the free honom no
and I'm saying number
say nsuo ye bibia river fin river
and that yes wuntumi die for
fast
you
forward
where you sit no
fast forward the wuntumi case no you say one court no nsem wo kan yenye lawyers and yenye judges nanso no I dey say yenye players by bobo ni wi a yenna na tumi hu say akwa we ya de akwa we ya de eno no ho asem na yenye be kan enti the meat of the case no one it was established say akonta mining their license no a fact two no wakwanya say sa area hono no obetumi akoye adwuma ho that one too is a fact but count 1 to count 3 actually say emra ode or ma the other entity no or man akọ ono ne site no one permission and free minister ho and the laws are omugina so no that's the act 2006 Act 703 any 2019 act no act 995 and also any ejina say eye untumi kum akonta mining say o ma obi permission say onko baby a ye de amawa e was say wotwere na wo de command minister and ministry no through some processes or grant amount I think say within 30 days who came rana within 30 days I was all granted so one grantee amawa I was all my response na say we file 14 days send your be processes no yen be contempt but yes say courts first one chere say count 1 to count 3 chere say there be sad no one here it's true 2 count 4 to count 6 say you are facilitating an unlicensed mining operation.
Purposely facilitating.
Okay, nina ya adjective. Enti nina no eka ho. So you are purposely facilitating an unlicensed mining operation.
Yeah.
Expressing. Chese untumi akonta mining. Washeda. Ena wo de ade na enye efoma gudi e kwan ya fa so ye tu no enye no wo de wa so bi asene na wo ye no yoyoyo ba na otu na all sense ase nti based on this 6 count no court the lordship anyasa Audrey Nkuvi Tay or say there be emra no a ye share no 2019 no e kire se ebubo wa 15 to 25 years nanso me hwa metimi afine me mfimfin no 20 years
wa fine me number
enti 20 years no
no dia ma
je ne kodem
but you say a political judgment
na
enye judgment based on
say o de mami say me de me come me de na evidence ne say one police for na omko site one omko ready no omse omko to jew and omko to aisi
yeah
na omko to wo no enye omnko a eni nipa 28 bi
yeah
na omko duru ho no serviceable excavators makomako 24
that's true
unserviceable excavators makomako 4
yeah
and as 4 and 5 emu ba
4
into kamboma excavators makomako 28 nanya no nko a omko ye no omko hu 157,000 cedis cash
physical cash
ena almost an call and nso etuo ye wo different ba ko 8 ba ko 1 ne ekeka on sekan no ne ekeka ho nyina na enye no nko a almost an koto metals bi metals no na good na enkomo ne koye esen we ne ese ye evidence ye de ekre untumi but se okan me de medi kan a check issue na me wi a ne de man no so esefata no ana se ensemfata no se unya sa all the basis ni nyina wi a then you feel say let's check what the law no igina so no ekan law na yigina so na omode kan no that is the 2006 Act 703 no section 14 I think say clause 1 no or say a mineral right shall not in whole or in part be transferred, assigned or mortgaged or otherwise encumbered or dealt in a manner without the prior approval in writing of the minister, which approval shall not be unreasonably withheld or given subject to unreasonable.
So watch it, maybe you made the point.
Sir, Emrano, you bet me a jinaso. Niaka say, untumi a transfer na. A said there should be a written document, but from the court, no, say is an evidence orally accepted by untumi, and an evidence actually given out verbally by the prosecution witness 1. And no jina asuma who said there was a transfer. A honomone there, I think say for me I have a little bit doubt because the manager say before you can establish that no, it was said there should be a written document. And then I who say wama minister no wanje permission on her.
What kind of judgment now? A woman say there was no approval. Is establishing a judgment. What kind of judgment?
Between there should be a written.
There should be a written document saying say okwabrane me de sa asasi ahanum say e de amount say fire adwuma. Eno no na say e wo honom a na watumi aka say any sa document we de ministry ama meji permission. Into that warrant that friends unlawful transfer.
Granted said there was no written document. So granted said there was a verbal agreement.
There was a verbal agreement. And said there should be a written one.
I agree. But even the written one, it is not in whole because the Osha in Mantian they were using cars, any tank of a contaminating a juma. It's whether there was a written document or not. The understanding is that to me expressly endorse the activities on the concession.
Say or explicitly endorse. And I say why endorse? The bone of contention here is that was there any written document to that effect?
No, there was no written document.
Exactly so.
But as it makes it invalid.
The question now begs. In a case where Yemfan say to me, eka say I mean Yemfan say enye nkofo no na ekoye ye e na wontumi ankasa ene sim pampan no ye ya will it still culminate into illegality?
Oh, Debbie. Because the license was granted to exclusive right to want to require the engagement. But what can judgment in the man? Want to make it to Muse or Mancofono Akonya song call. That is not in that. So whether in a written form,
that's what I'm saying.
Whether in a written form or not, what dare to me say or Mama Konya song call.
Say or Giatum. I think that the lawyers can help us more.
Whether in a written form or not,
per where they stood. I mean, the basis for actually pronouncing the verdicts, actually, how do you call it? Demand that there should be a written document. That's why people are now reading meaning. Say, then it means that the judge made inferences. Say, we are no ajatum. Na say we so abedi dance here there. Ekire say, o man is akwanya no. But the law now no jina so or they pronouncing the judgment. Nature said there should be a written document.
I see. I'm not really getting, but the point is,
me here no for me, to me 20 years no. A year na senye. Tibia ya kangalam say, you see your campaigns. Obibe your campaigns. Omo de ene de. Like mutu no.
You have just 2 minutes.
Papa hwea kwafo no. Omo ne echiom. But omo ade no wosro no. Omo ye nchiom.
Right.
This is the time ya chi baako. And on that score no, very good.
20 years in a year.
20 years no send ebe serve as a deterrent to those big men.
Oh, okay.
Granted, say sample na aya. Obi beka say, oh, then it's coming from just one angle. Say, oh, a mammy, you know. Now say, even if you want to be fair, now, when you want to start the punishment, you start from one person. You start from a bako and sana say, amo maka nenso to aswa.
Yeah.
Okay. Until you have to start from somewhere. But me, me person making say it is fair and square. So that it will serve as a deterrent. Because Galam saying you can several times.
It's in 20 years, you know, fair. The OSHA sanction accompanying the offense now, 15 to 25. Judge no man 20. But you say 20 years, you know.
Fair. And that's but mama. 1 minute I say na mama no.
Just 1 minute.
Send your kwabrani to me cost ropa na fide within short time. No kwabrani amoa. Ghana for mumro. Eye munti ene ye me say. On say sisi anu unti no. Baby akọ when now it should be a lesson to big politicians and big men. When it gets to the point where the universe want to bring you down, because you are not humble, the universe will do that. And this is a classical example.
I see. Now that's Boche. So Boche insisted 20 fair, and I say,
see, there's one thing I want: fairness in the system and consistency.
But 20 in a year.
Yes, it's okay. So
22. Yeah, but the judge would have given him 15 years, the minimum.
Yeah, but see, also Akua can say, won't to me currently there you are convicted. But there are opportunities. Say, which me appeal against
the 20 grounds of appeal. No lawyers in some more. 20 grounds of appeal.
Yes, we are seeing in a use 30 years, 33 years. Now, want to make 20. Now, 13 pay.
I'm running fairly and squarely.
It is fairly and squarely, no, and yet a Juma. What do you make of it and I don't pay because the minority for no. I'm so more appeal. The majority funds are putting for because and man we dino and many dinidia and man that is what it is. And I say make an re-judgment now. And you see, let me just clarify this quickly for us. The Deputy Attorney General has come to explain. Maybe say about your question be about Sandy Part 2 now. Because it's a real concern now. Among for area you say. Omne kwachi omo ewo consension no so. Ideally sanko for no. Na go say prosecutorial. But in law no, there will be a for no prosecutorial immunity. Ultimately omoba, though me criminals there, but they can aid with your investigation in getting the top criminal. It is uncle for no. you sue omo, aban you sue omo to get to the top criminal in court. What is wound to me? The top galamseya, which is wound to me. It is uncle for no. They served as prosecution witness to aban no. It's aban say no mo plea bargaining. It's both in some no kind excavators no go near there na. O we na to say aban fa as one of their plea bargaining no. And then 2, omo be testify against a wound to me. Say ampa omo nim say wound to me e galamsey no. So aban took that opportunity in the law and converted the people into an advantage, which they testified against Chairman Wontumi. It is based on that the uncle for there. They have immunity. And in law across the world, it is done. Who are criminal gang, who are cocaine gang, who are criminals. What do you mean you do or can't a human who do with the money? I mean, but what the information on her? What wow, Lydia, the topmost person I open. You may disagree with the approach, but in law, it is so. It's more mobisa basani part 2. Why they haven't been prosecuted? No, Ebusia. This is the explanation from the Attorney General. Said they were used as prosecution witness to almost testify on behalf of the Abino against a chairman Wontumi. Into Asama Eohon. I don't know. It was a time also, but now you share sirens. The MPs, the more economy use sirens. Omuko your match share a car now that the traffic now that quickly.
Well, see, for me,
just 2 minutes.
A critical issue, depending on because Wontumi blanket.
But these are members of parliament almost 7 years.
No, I'm talking about members of parliament. You mean they be here, kind of.
Oh, you mean but they go for committee meetings.
No, what I'm saying
they go
is
for
that
sittings.
MPs ni be here. Meanwhile, they are closer to the parliament. It won't be here. Service. No, that's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be a wholesale kind of.
Okay.
Won't be here. Kind of service. No. Yeah, the more mommy feels in my opinion.
Because sometimes they say it's a nuisance. Who are trafficking? Who they call meeting? No, mono. Some come get who, some come who. Now, pin.
Oh, but it can be reviewed. It can be reviewed. Sad you be a chassis and a coin anymore. Challenges ever it can be reviewed because see, no maybe or no more. Also, yeah, Ghana has a system now. Yeah, they a Jumano. Ghana, your Maya. You pay too many meetings. Oh, and most of the time, no, the cost of the meetings in here, I say, in Quebec, say, and no one do all grand give it to Chasso. Say, hey, that's it. Accra, I choked that. What prevents us from moving some of these critical meetings to the afternoons and the evenings? So, intimate them if you say, we any issue, I was a yes, Brany Adajo home. One more special need, here, service, no. Maybe a woman yet, arrangement, never my because me sure say a wholesale say will be here MPB here that kind of service.
And they included police escort now. They say more police escort.
So and no here pa police escort here. And here pa here depending on the cost aspect. State limit to me finance there. It comes to the cost of the
right.
State. The state limit to me finance there. Because you see, they had to do UK numni UK Prime Minister bet him the bicycle.
Of course.
Akua Asieduaa down the street. Obia fan, President Prime Minister Obia. Nobody gives a quote a damn about. But had here a normal baby and a cost. So
any take on this one quickly. A barnish person pay so.
I think the LI no the legislative instruments 2180 no 2012 no. Eba MPs from using sirens. Say who your mind here me dey me problem no so who your mind here te say na me boss Reverend Ekan UK no obi amfa ho so e just my your mind the security apparatus no e ye adwuma ye eno ntina defense prime minister benama emfa obi an onkita security defense MP ebenam ho obi anya ne hwe no enti ye jaye omo na say ye ma sa police escort no money siren no na ye gi from nsem a on say eno na aye article 71 no
yeah
enti wo na wo kopre aketua ntumu omonyo man ni ye se na ebe ya cost of living be ba form na standard of living akosro no ono want because article 71 we are unya the first every term bi a obi wura fan saying we parliament no the man alone for V8
yeah
owia I serve 4 years na wie no me asan man S gracia
you see S gracia you see yen chiremu nchire
after the next year
boche say S gracia yen tiase
Yohana entiase
say yen chiremu nchire na afford say you're more like a back pay arrest.
Back pay, says
I say, yen sa sikano, and ya build a part to the end of your service. I'm not saying me. That's what they're saying. So we should understand it from that perspective. And you say, we're
back pay, says back pay and anything. What now 4 years?
But a salary increase. Because you see, within a year, more teacher for.
There be on
the salary increase. More a teacher for. Make salary increase. But members of parliament, have you heard say within the 4 year term, they've increased their salary before? No. It's almost say within that period, almost salary in the I don't know who we are. And check it.
Article 71 MPs in Kwan.
Of course,
presidential staffers in count.
Of course.
Other friends saying those who are appointed count. Into Omunina no aketua ntumu bia after 2 bia.
Doesn't affect that
4 years. Hey. If you see who.
I don't see.
They won't yes Romwa yanso de no aya momentin is I do on one. Na nyina ne aka bom na de amai. Say na omo kan de ya.
Oh yeah, that's the argument they are making.
Na make say na omo kan de yanso de no so omo twentwen so do on ma. Say ne aboma ya de aboma mai. Masa yenya nkola na e friend say omo emu an say. Sa ne ma na ya sometimes omo pese omo de ye waga drill fakadam ne ade no. Masa yentwe mo sa.
I see.
In the article 71 no ene sa siren no mo ni ade no se ye ne nkomo so mo nam lane mu wan e kire se amanfo nya emergency meeting medical doctors no mo ni ade no mo attend emergency ebu o se okoye friends surgery e private hospital be obe free ni ade all didn't know mo de ye mo siren lecturers ni ade management top management for bigger institution I didn't know mo de ye mo siren and the point ne say so we say ehun hia equally amount for the ehun hia say ye ne yan fa mom be we say Accra is congested, let's make a relocation of other government big business to different locations say ne be ya bebia within the the how do you call it Ghana jurisprudence and then the area no you bet me utilizing ye
that's it
until say be sa niema no na ye be jai sa privileges de bia na de ma privilege ye de ma
omo gen Ghana
de bia omo nwe ye hu
de go kwatanasia these are people omo gen the Ghana ho how Ghana be conkan how Ghana be tumpon almost sign bills on our behalf almost sign treaties on our behalf almost ye enter into agreement on our behalf
but say you have
to give them that special accord
you know that 9 weeks after exit of IMF almost $1 billion. And they are not near the bed.
I saw a kind of better. I don't know how much. Say if we have as I say, Bob, I saw my man credit.
A fence track record now. Master, and you're doing no more junior yank memophone. And see. Ye bra yin na yembre ye bra no friends yes necessity is the mother of what invention enti omo bre bi no na akomode omo no come on ombe ye niam
mati but you better say now pay we say maybe phone lines in the mic chat now I join the conversation me need the chairman for Dean Ashanti region constituency chairman the Dean no Dean commander no pay want to be they believe in his integrity they are solidly behind them a political persecution. One thing I can amount for be actual agencies. You know, I'm saying the question, I'm a think kind, and maybe teaching for non Kobo money. Was a Tobama Joma, some be president. He said, it is hard to me now, man. Yeah, you know about Bonko farm, and they say, yeah, I'm saying, no answer them. What can if you didn't no answer them? Nobody chairman for people are not too happy about that comment, but of course, he's made the position already. Bofa here this morning has made the point that I will say, a buying the rule of law, no. Kaha and yet NDC MPP kwa the NDC people are doing galamsey mano ni omundi pepepe Boche has laid out the basis for a judgment in Amayatias here and we talked about the MP Cyrino Bofa believes that when you say why would deserve no say the mount and you'll be an deserve the say the mount but on the other hand believes a training name behind the line so open tema so in term na cop kaka congested let's relocate it to a different place and be meetings no a bit to me are your shortened. It's a for these are some of the things we talk about this morning right here on the show. Within the Kwesi Parker Wilson, maybe phone line said the amount and pay true word vision capsules and can chose when you ya untan who dear ya for almost true word vision capsules maybe and over ball power. We are bema or just one and bay urine flow no a slower. Or prostate in a ya say use prostate love be prostate living be and over ball or more active core cleanse and no who with the enemy na kama at the mouth and don't see why you bloated, why you constipated. We saw no so be boa. For the men's about Lancer chemist and a market screen now KO will be actor ewo. Promise about Bandy chemist and the Benny's chemist in ewo edum ahaya will be actor. Now call Ashtown there. For the Nake Banner that the farmer will be actor. From on the point 0595 582 628 and 0558 724 302. Number to be 0595 582 628 and 0558 724 302. Let me activate the phone lines for you this morning. Then you join the conversation. I'll pay the Biasana make a mom Casano. And yet, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
But your first and everything. The champ, so okay. About you, you want to pay me here.
Papa, with an affair before. And such amount me was the money.
I hate you.
Yana no in a money because the amount me as a carrying a me a chino. But to a man, dear, I declare a chino. I go a Gusua Cosso. You know, Mam Penina with the animal cousin named Crawford. A Gusua or more yet. Galamsi. Telling Crawford, I have to now. Intimately will be a money soon so essay, or money soon so air coso. But yet, the niece in tobacco present there. One day, the owner, they be a yes, sir.
I saying, sir, and now saying, you be Angelo, Yenja to me.
I am saying, Yenja won't to me. One man penina, ya two a year was Abama wa. Who when you group now, near cost, wouldn't
Mate, Medasi on the pay, your wine. That is your concern. Yentuaso. Yeah, hello, good morning. Yes, I'm but you're first and everything. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm your first and everything.
Papa, friend, Idris, because I free corner.
Okay, Idris, but you.
Paka, I want to wapam for you now.
Yo, you just want to pay.
The senior to my power, Yama, Ghana, mind the Asantiman, and Yame, Ishra, Paka.
Amen.
Me power semoro because who aduma no we ye man de tana kwam man ye fekeke.
That's it.
Because who no wonye will be a we are pam wo sika e no fa no twabon kum twanifa. Etu aduma ye de ye sron kokora.
That's
na me chendi sini no so a wote ho no mo.
Ba chendi si fo bi ani ha. Endi si fo bi ani ha.
My ko no say lecturer no.
Lecturer no ha, onye endi si.
We chat ba ne kasa ye bete. Na ai paka de mechanic say but they say won't to me case no. Oh no. You woman you know say ayemra and any needy. So ti ase. Ayemra and any needy.
Right.
And timra no so eche dia ache. Ya na yesole ase Ghana mra ni ha. Se nchi wa obeka se mra ni Ghana.
Okay.
So ti ase. Emra ne chi wa na do se emra ye adwuma wo Ghana. So no. And ti kwan ofa so ye na yi eno na emra no ni na akodi o. We do mama wanti court hobi. Wonye lawyer onye judge. Enti lawyer for the judge for na ya point wo mu na di emra no e aye adwuma ana mo MPP for mo na mbeka say yemma minimum na ya what say sentence will be to 1.5 years no yes na mo di call 15 years and above ati we no say di na ko 20 year more yina
medasi no pay point wo me medasi let's make progress. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, fine morning, bro.
Me pache first and everything.
From a question, I can't extract. I'm a money. I'm a no. Yeah, that's a pie. It's you.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, hello, good morning. Me pache first and everything. 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 Me pache first and everything.
No, somewhere good to around. Yeah, who is the Omunya Mamma number. And I did talk to me in the radio of enemy for CDs was falling in his yesterday. So, I do almost cost out Baghdad. That Arab countries, Dieta, they say, me catch us a Baghdad and Qualebi or Mwaku, Gokana phobia with Ethiopia for a mile, and almost a country here, do almost more. Let's say foreign minister, the more immigration for Nenkasa, for airport to Honum, stop you. Yeah, almost to almost to Falano. A very bad, we better have a better fine. So now you have bread.
But I think I've seen the videos, and in some normal kind of very, very disturbing. It's we'll try and see how we can deal with that matter going forward. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning. Pakana from Tisen.
Me adum ho ya pamba cho your first and everything.
Only about two for me for feelable.
Great. Yeti on peminia.
Yeah, Paka, you also be babo abaso. Me free TV station because me sure send a whole life channel. And until I'm here, me bo abaso me so yet me amusa we my party and sa.
Yeah, that's it.
So there's it. And the NDC fund win the bar. For more than people from the bar. No can query the factory. Cause Ubo to my pa and query the message.
That's it.
No more than so benza. Now, Paka, cousin Joe, who to me or no Biao. Ghana, you will be the 9 months and I'm a boy. And now, who to Galam say, no move to Galamsa. Massa, or would you to to now, Uncle them. I near example from my mom, what you say. Who's to Galam say, we end this new, we have people new, and man, two every day. You do but two. And you uncle them on them, or more to Galam say, or Kungo Papa, and all news on
Yeah. Medasi, yeah, twice. Yeah. Oh, I'm 70 men, too bad. Yemfa, the next call. No. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
If I share first and everything. Okay, Sadik you.
You had a much more family. When I very kind of say, now the Nana Indian went before you, first conference, said enough. When you said enough, you had not good paint, and why who said enough once.
Yeah.
And to hope you now to make quarantine. And Rana when did said enough time after no beyond any deals to anything. And you braille, be interested in Mate.
Obia interested in you. Yeah, to us. Hello, good morning.
And the Cadabiana almost see yet to Mufona any fee and any almost yes, sir. Oh.
Point now making because Sebi, me say hello, good morning.
Mr. Omini Apaka.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman na Obano Payno. Mr. say, Okofia, judgment na judge in the buy, Mr. say, Okofia on kind page 35. Yet a man to me dancing in a sema wakai. We are on some kind page 41.
Hey,
Chairman would me Kasankasa dance here would be. And Muchamua, and Mamrana Yanichi Galamte for no, or Mampeniku for 2006. And oh yes, Amrano. Tamrano not a chiwa, that's a chimba muana. One would see no one would do see Casuma, no, not pretty 41. No much woman, Amrana say. Ubekum Fiumi, no quoting Fiumi. 2019, Chairman would to me of all, or yet, reset the committee chairman of not or can't buy no 2019, one of better Samrano, our multi operation Vanguard, and one with the free in Fiumi and Echo in Fiadunum, Echo in Fiadunum, 15 years to 25 years. And the American is a wound to me, no, on any punch, yeah, Casano. Now, Uncle appeal now, Miss Red Judge, and say, over 5 years balance na cano, and can bye.
The judge will look at the facts, evidence, and weigh with the law. Say, when you say appeal, no, Bejatu. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
If I check first and everything.
me pa cho me din di Altavia na me mra ne pa obi ade ne me ne eni di matem me krom ne atoma ko ase
eni di matem yo mate ye ti ono pe
o ka se ni di matem na ma je to se emuya no
ayo ye ti
ni obi ade ne me no eni di matem no
ba cho ye ti o
me da se eja paka ewiate me ku obi tunche obi na adia ba kwa mechanic MPP fo mpanimfo no a wo mo ku pensem se ta ma wuntumi ati ye ja no wo mo adene wo pom wo mo me see wo mo adene wo pom
David you get action adwene
ende die se ko se de mana me da se baba
ono we din kan yes mu dada do me fa last call no was no kasa ofi ono wakasa was baba yo ya fa last call na fe yan wrap up on pay. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Me pa chef for South Africa.
Acha from Kuju Smile me kasa African Tampon North.
In Tampon North. Okay, ko ye ti.
Acha na menji kan na mase. Nini apaka? Yenu se chama unti wansi ubia o ma. But the pese a contract na me force. Yesi o chama unti ne so na bit nyasi o piaso.
Right.
It is a bonus man kase wan chen wana se se nipa obi enchen obi o wiase nyame aboye nyina pepepe ba so we point the we stand nipa we there o chen o pipi and the strength chama untimi no ade a esi said the obi mutu galamsini mpili tu galamsini ya ti omo but me pesa me kire se I know yes a dozen omuntisimman
omuntisim kwa saying omuntisim kwa saying
omuntisim 16 but romance is a constitution I'm an constitution to fact and I say 16 and ke bit ma 16 na and ke beboa
15 to 20 they said if it mention the musa but anyway mate ye de besia ebusa mo fanche yes na botwe wasre kwan when you're emergency bit, he has to leave. Emmanuel Okan, Butch Senior, or Chadia or University Skills Training, Entrepreneur Development. I have to take my time. Yeah, I have to take my time and pronounce it. You used it. I want to Chadia, when you're emergency, you won't see him here. But Reverend Buffer, who means Rev. The Bible call o final words na fe yen wrap up and down pay na yen
media the American nyina say Ghana ye mamra nya adwuma
mamra nya
na mo maban bi o wo so bia no yen hunu se emra no enye enifa kan bi ebenkum etwanifa dabenkum ebasa nipa na wo man mu benya rehemu e wo yamanyo sem a ye yenim ne me ko ba se yeti abonten ni edu obi sie ni su sie ba obedem na mpani ampa ye ba ne ye de obetumi bia ne ma ne kodem say ye MPP say ye NDC o ema omano ntumi enya su bia ye pe eni entiase aye
because the concern is that you see untumi die no no last minister raise the issue sanka ban or if they were interested in the matter sanka semwe na case
that is exactly what I'm saying say aban bia was so bia
and they were not interested in
mamra no enya adwuma say ye benkum na eko say ye nifa na eko ebasa ebeboa wo bia ebasa binyo ebo bia
right it's an pay busia ye bedase and abujira possible bia money dey no ye na adwuma keke as the last minister at the time he just na ho no kan ye no and say na ompo bi asem but na ho no and o cash and manche no and of course before the show say ono na kekan amende and this for nye bi omo kan om dey do wontumi no
ne dey di ombebo
ne dey no omo pa but he just made the point that no oye na adwuma as a lance minister and he did it and does it no malice intended boapoyo bi enim bi enim na no kwe wo ho no and o kan sa da no and sa time no like the party no at the time ebia omuto anamo eye ho bibia and can send we
na because me dey nwa dey me ya na nwa ri o frɛ kwa dey me nwa ne say untumi o license to mine agent na de show obi achi that is a critical question imagine ho sa me dia say o ankasa do license ne koye adwuma anka na unim
so which minister now what he sought to do and now can say check that's what he was saying into on fan sika koye wo fa o sika ye we yeah exactly and I told you yesterday say according to the minister again, they were giving to me 250 grams of gold every week. And the prevailing gold rate, and what check here, almost about 400,000 Ghana cedis a week. And I want to.
Then I'm going to calculate month in a year. Sika calculate 4 times a month. Of times 12.
Times 12, no.
Now
almost 1 billion. Almost 1 billion Ghana cedis.
Dollars are
1 billion.
I 360 million.
I see.
360 million. Yes.
I see. According to the minister,
within a feno,
according to the minister, man, catching is a week. You want to 250 number 2 biano, 250 grams of gold. It's over 30 to be good. I don't know, for
360 million.
Yeah, of your time,
360 million, 36 billion.
Sikadada, no. No, it be 400,000 a week, not 400. Monday to Friday, not 400,000.
Times 4.
Times 4 within the month.
Times 12 a year.
12 months.
I don't know. I'm calculating. I was say sorry. Now you can never need the akanya. Sometime we touch on the sports for no number for motoaso. Yame ya dom now the young kwachen ye china. Yawada. Yabesa ya ba near babe somo. And open minimum you abema Kwesi paka will sing. Na ye juma. Midin the Akua Asieduaa. Yeah, ya coming in a bushia for ya that better massive. Or Chabesa with an edition of OBT. Have a good morning.